In Oakland County this afternoon, a jury continues to deliberate on Jennifer Crumbley's fate. Court ended last night without a verdict after jurors spent more than 7 hours in deliberation. Our Jordan Burroughs has been at that courthouse all morning long. He joins us now live. Jordan, what have we seen so far today?
It's day 9 of the Jennifer Crumbley case, and it's day 2 of jury deliberations. At this point, we know the jury has been mulling over and deliberating a verdict for at least 11 to 12 hours at this point. We know today not too much has gone on. We know the judge hasn't even spoken to the jurors today. We know it was just an empty courtroom today. If you take a look at your screen, you can see exactly what I'm talking about. Jurors were in the deliberation room, and they've been in that deliberation room since about 8 or 9 o'clock this morning. We know it's 12 jurors, 6 men and 6 women. 5 alternates were chosen, but at this point, we know that 3 did not show up to court today. They just have 2 alternates at the ready, just in case they need to know that. At this point, we also know that the judge will only instruct or have instructions for the jurors if they do have certain questions. But at this point, it is just a waiting game to see if a verdict comes down. Again, that jury is deliberating at this moment. Jennifer Crumbley is facing 4 counts of involuntary manslaughter. Her trial is now, and we know her husband's, James, will be sometime in March. And once a verdict is reached, we know a gag order will be in place for both the defense and the prosecution. That would be until the end of James Crumbley's trial, which again is set in March. Of course, once a verdict is reached, you'll have live coverage for you on air and online at cbsnewsdetroit.com. Reporting live in Pontiac outside of the Oakland County Courthouse, I'm Jordan Burroughs, CBS News, Detroit.
Jordan, thank you for that update and the live report. Let's go ahead and continue this conversation now, bringing in our team of legal analysts. Now we're joined today by Rick Convertino, and also John Marco. Thank you both for being with us today. And a very familiar face, Meredith Bruckner. Let's start with you. Our approach to covering this case has been very different. What is behind that approach, and what has this been like for you?
Yeah, I mean, it's been many long days, right, as it has for all of us. But we really, from the beginning, wanted to bring uninterrupted coverage to our viewers of all of these cases. So it started with the Miller hearing, then the shooter's sentencing, and now the parents' trials. And if you think about it, this is an unprecedented case. It's the first time a parent of a mass shooter is being charged with involuntary manslaughter. And it's not only captivated the state, but it's captivated the whole country. And if you're a gun owner, you're tuning in. If you're a parent, you're tuning in. If you are a school administrator who's ever dealt with a school threat, you're tuning in. And also, we know that the community of Oxford has been watching our coverage. So we feel it's an immense responsibility to cover this to its fullest, and we couldn't do that without our legal experts who've been here every step of the way, providing that context and real-time analysis in these proceedings.
Absolutely. Every minute, like you said, the Miller hearing, the shooter's sentencing, and now Jennifer Crumbley's trial. Can you speak to, Meredith touched on the precedent this is setting. How huge is this case?
Yeah, well, Meredith, if you're a lawyer, you're tuning in too. It's a really interesting case.
I left you out.
It's a fascinating case. It's a case of, in some ways, of first impression. Although in Michigan, parents have been charged with involuntary manslaughter for facts not unlike these facts. We've talked about that earlier. But it is a unique case and a unique set of facts. I think a set of facts that's conducive to the charge in this case. I think the prosecution presented a yeoman-like case in seriatim with the evidence that was admitted, and I think that they've met their burden in this case, and I think we'll get a verdict this afternoon of guilty.
Okay. John, I want to bring you into the conversation here. Naturally, what a lot of people are saying today is, what do you think this jury, what direction is it going in? You haven't had a super quick verdict. I know we kind of discussed what is quick, what is fast. What do you make of that, if anything at all?
Yeah, you know, I was trying a case in Oakland County, so I was at the courthouse all last week. I've been spending the week there, and the courthouse is buzzing right now. And everybody has an opinion on which way it's going to go. Some share brother counsel's opinion that it's going to be guilty, but a lot of people are saying it's going to be not guilty, and the questions that have been asked and the time that has gone by could be indicative of that. But the real answer is we just don't know. It's hard to go and know what's going on back in that jury room, what the breakup is there one juror, is there multiple jurors who are fighting or arguing, discussing the verdict. So I think it's impossible for us to know, but I think that we might have a verdict this afternoon.
Okay, so both of you thinking this afternoon, and you said that delay could be slightly indicative of not
It
guilty.
could be. Generally, in a criminal case, a quick verdict is a bad verdict for the accused. But there's exceptions. Generally, in a civil case, a quick verdict is a bad verdict for the plaintiff. But I had a verdict on Friday. It was 58 minutes. So you just don't know how it's going to come out, and you just don't know what's going to happen.
Yeah, you never know, but this wouldn't be a quick verdict.
No matter what.
No, I mean, I think the time involved now, my general rule of thumb, based on my experiences, for every week of trial, it's about a day of deliberation. So we're about right in this case.
Okay. Hopefully for this afternoon. Rick, John, thank you so much. And
Thanks.
Meredith, thank you so much. Again, every minute since this started, and we appreciate the insight. It's invaluable. Thank you all.
Thank you.